Today, we're going to explore how rivers transport material. These processes are powered by the river's energy and speed, and they constantly shape the landscape through erosion and deposition. Let's break down the four main types of transportation and see how they connect the river to erosion. Traction occurs when large rocks and boulders are rolled along the riverbed by the force of the water. This process needs a fast-flowing river, usually found in the upper course, where the river's energy and gradient are at its highest. The constant rolling of these heavy particles also contributes to erosion by abrasion, as rocks grind against the riverbed, wearing it down over time. Think of it like natural sandpaper, shaping the channel as the river flows. Saltation is when the river loses a bit of energy and can no longer roll large rocks. Instead, smaller pebbles and stones are bounced or hopped along the bed in a series of short jumps. Saltation happens in rivers with a moderate velocity, where the water is strong enough to lift particles for short distances. Each time these particles land, they can knock into and chip away at the riverbed, contributing to erosion by attrition, the process where rocks collide and break into smaller, smoother fragments. For suspension to occur, enough energy is needed to lift and carry fine, light material such as silts and clays. These particles are suspended within the water, giving it a murky or muddy-like appearance. Suspension is especially common in the middle and lower courses of a river. These suspended sediments can be travelled over long distances, even all the way to the river mouth. The final type of transportation is solution, where minerals are dissolved in the water and carried invisibly in the flow. This happens when the river is slightly acidic, allowing it to dissolve rocks like chalk or limestone, a process linked to erosion by corrosion. Because the particles are dissolved, they travel wherever the river goes, often ending up in the sea or being deposited when the water evaporates. The type of transportation taking place depends on the river's velocity and energy. When the river flows quickly, it can move anything from small to large objects, including heavy material by traction and saltation. When it slows down, it only moves smaller particles that can stay in suspension or solution. If the river loses too much energy, however, materials are deposited that can form new landforms such as sandbanks or deltas. Next time you see a fast-flowing river or a muddy stream, remember that every particle of sand or pebble is part of the journey powered by the river's energy. From rolling boulders to dissolved minerals, transportation and erosion work together to shape our landscapes every single day.